There we go. Isn't that interesting how you talk about a topic that they don't want you to talk about, they don't want people to be aware of, and all of a sudden, boom, you're offline like that? I find that amazingly interesting. We were up to 1,300 people in chat, and that's what they did. Yeah, big businesses watching. Yeah, they don't want people to be awake. They don't want people to be awake. So if you're just jumping in and thinking this is the first stream, you got to go back and watch the first stream that obviously was interrupted. So now we're going to be into the second stream here, and we're going to just continue on what we were talking about. So if you're going, wait a minute, what's he talking about? Go back and watch the first stream first. The Great Reset is, when is it? What are we headed for a Great Reset? I just put this one as the reset, take two. So we're just going to continue on with our discussion like nothing has ever happened. Again, yeah, I said the wrong thing. Not sure what it was. Probably the truth. There's another thing we're going to talk about too. Censorship is all part of it as well. Um, but anyway, I'm just going to say this again really quickly. If we have any interruption in the stream again, I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. So please be patient with that, and we will go from there. So, but just so you guys know, that I will get right back on right away. And I'm going to tell you what, this time that happened in the last stream, and it just happened again now. That is definitely not my internet. Nothing like that at all. They don't like what's being said. That's all part of the game as well. If you're trying to shut the people up that are telling the truth, how do you know it's the truth? Because it's being censored a lot of times. And okay, so here's part of the other thing that happens. Okay, and it's all really, if you look at it and you pay attention, it makes a lot of sense. When you have somebody out there speaking truth and not fabrication or anything that is made up, or conspiracy theorist stuff. But a lot of times, conspiracy theorist stuff has a backbone of truth to it. You label that person as crazy. They're out of their mind. They don't know what they're talking about. They're a conspiracy theorist, so you're dismissed. Okay, if they can label you and put a label on you, okay. Alex Jones, great example, right? Oh my God, Alex Jones is a nut job, and he's a conspiracy theorist. Now, I'm not a follower of Alex Jones. I'll be honest with you. I don't watch him at all. Okay. I think he does too much fear mongering. That's my opinion. But a lot of what he says has a backbone of truth to it. And so, because of that, he's highly censored. He is dismissed as a lunatic all the time. I don't do conspiracy theorist stuff. I'm going to break down information. I'm going to try to share stuff with you. My ultimate goal on here, being on YouTube or with prepping and sharing information, is I want to wake you up. I want you to be aware of what's going on. I don't want you to be victims. So I want you to help yourselves. That's my ultimate goal. If I can get people to wake up, realize that we need to be self-aware, take actions to help ourselves, our families, and the people that we care about, friends and stuff like that. That's what my thing is all about, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I will continue to do that. Okay, so let's go back into what we were talking about, because there's still a lot more stuff that I want to go over. All right, so when we got shut down, we were talking about. I'm just trying to think. Can you guys tell me exactly where we were again, so I can go? Let's see. What was I talking about, guys? Just when we got shut down. How dare you offend them, Ed? LOL. How did the solar panels hold up during the snowstorm? Tim just asked. Solar panels are fine. That storm it's a light, fluffy snow because the temperatures had been so cold. I was talking about military, the government, Walmart and Lowe's control. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. All right. So we're going to get right back into it. Yeah, no, the panels held up fine. No issues with them whatsoever. Just brushed them off and they were good to go again. So when I was talking about before, how like in the military they train you, they break you down, they build you back up in the image that they want you to be. You're basically brainwashed to a degree. Okay. Hey Seth, I'm learning how to make my own meds priceless. Oh, absolutely. Or own mead. Oh, mead. Oh, awesome. Yes, that's awesome. Yes, that is priceless. Making your own mead with honey. Oh, that's got to be absolutely very, very cool. So, anyway, so the military breaks you down, they build you back up, they make you who they want you to be, and they train you, and you're off and running, right? So what's happening right now, they're breaking people down. They're breaking people down, isolating people, not letting you go to the gym. A lot of people have lost their jobs. They've lost their livelihood. So now they're giving them a little bit of money so that they can, have some money. But they're not, when you, and I want you to think about this because I always go back and I always will in my mind to the time when I graduated from nursing school. Okay. And then I took my boards and I got my license for nursing. At that point in my life, I'm like, I made it. I've done it. And I was able to go out and make a very nice living for myself because, I went back to school at 29 years of age and got my nursing degree and went from there. So it was hugely, hugely important at that point in my life with everything that was going on. But it having a sense of self-worth is so important for people. As a human being, we want to have self-worth. We want to feel like we're not so much important, but that our life has meaning. Okay? If you're isolated and you're hiding in your house, you're not able to socialize with friends, you're not able to go out and go to the gym. You can't go out and do anything unless you have your muzzle on. And so all those, in the control aspect and now, through media and everything like that, if you don't comply, if you don't behave and do as you're told, well, then you're an outcast and you can be vilified and you can be attacked. So a lot of people will go ahead and they'll play the game just because that way they're not offending anybody. And I just don't want to have anybody say anything to me. So they'll do as they're told. You're complying. You're being a good sheep. You're doing exactly as you're told. It's all about control. It's conditioning. It's conditioning just like with the military. So if I get you the new normal, right? If I can get you to go, okay, well, they're saying this, so it's got to be true. And so I'm going to just do as I'm told. I'm not going to make any waves and I'm not going to rock the boat. Now, so in the meantime, our economy has been destroyed. People are out of work. The government, in their wisdom and kindness, right? They have temporarily stopped people from having to pay their student loans. So you don't have to pay your student loan right now. That gets put on the back burner. All right. If you have, because of financial hardships, and financial hardships could be in you in your own mind saying, well, hey, I can get away with this for however long. I'm not going to pay my mortgage. I'm not going to pay my rent, right? So you don't have to pay your mortgage or your rent. So people aren't. All right. But again, all of that has a snowball effect, which we're going to get into, which also is part of the ultimate goal and ultimate plan. We're at 970 in the chat, guys. We're at 302 on the thumbs up. So I'm going to ask really quickly if you would shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. And I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for doing it for that reason. Also, I would ask you to do it because it really helps with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. And it really, really helps that way as well. So I would ask you to do it for that reason as well. And of course, the third reason is I like to see a large number of thumbs up. So I do appreciate that as well. Also, I would ask you, if you are not subscribed to the channel, to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you for that reason as well. All right, so let's go back to our wonderful government helping us out. So they have a protection in place right now. Okay, so if you haven't paid your rent or you haven't paid your mortgage payment, you don't have to. You can get away with it for right now. So a lot of people not paying their rent, not paying their mortgage. But at some point, ladies and gentlemen, at some point, that is going to stop. That protection is going to end at some point. And when that protection ends, okay, so What effect does that have? Okay, so it all ties together. So what effect does that have? Now, I'm a landlord. I own this building. I have 20 apartments in this building, right? I've been paying my mortgage payments on my building. I'm paying my insurance, all those type of things. But right now, I got 15 people out of 25 customers that aren't paying anything. And I can't get rid of them. I can't get them out of there because they're protected right now. But guess what? At the end of each month, my mortgage payment is still due. I still have to pay all my insurances. I still have to do upkeep and maintenance on that building. That doesn't go away. All right. So financially, where before, yeah, maybe I was making a decent amount of money on those apartments and I was, staying ahead of the game. I was paying my mortgage payment and stuff like that. But now I'm running into financial hardship. So as the building owner, I'm not paying for my mortgage payment because I can't, because I don't have enough money coming in to do that. Right. Again, right now we have a protection. Everybody's protected. So what happens with that? Down the road, there's going to come a day where they go, protection stops. Now you better pay. You ain't paid in 6 months. You owe me 6 months rent. You owe me, your mortgage payment for 6 months. Well, guess what? Who has that kind of money when you don't have the money to pay it in the first place? So what you're going to see happen, you're going to see a tremendous amount of evictions. You're going to see a tremendous amount of foreclosures on properties. Okay. And who benefits from that? Well, the power elite that's been sitting back here in the background the whole time on a pile of cash now can come in and they can buy these buildings for pennies on the dollar because they're in bankruptcy and foreclosure. And so when you can go in there and you can swoop up these properties, prime properties that you want to have, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. So who makes out at the end of the day? The rich always will make out at the end of the day. Okay, always. So pay attention to that because that's all part of the plan. You get rid of the middleman, you get rid of that small business owner, and now he's not a threat to you anymore because he can't be because he doesn't have anything. It's all a huge game with the end of the day, a monopoly and a complete control of the average citizen. Now, they're giving people, unemployment, and then they're giving them a little bit extra, as well. Well, at some point, that's going to end as well. But now that all ends, where are you making any money? Now you're being evicted from your apartment. You're being foreclosed on in your house. You don't have any money, okay, because that extra money that you've been getting, and maybe some of you out there have gotten more than you would make going to work, but you're living like that. You're living like that. Not everybody, because some of you are smart, thought ahead and said, hey, I better squirrel some of this away for that rainy day. But for the most part, most people don't do that. Most people don't do that, okay? Psychologically, how is that going to affect people when that time comes? And I want you to think about, you're talking about millions and millions of people being put out on the streets because now they're foreclosed on, they're done. Small businesses completely destroyed. Who benefits? Big business. And then at the end of the day, we have complete and total control. You're being told what you can do, what you cannot do, what permissions you can have, and all those type of things. And in the meantime, these freaking politicians continue to make more and more and more restrictive laws, letting you have permission. And I love that. Permission as a free citizen of what is acceptable and what is not. We are headed, when Biden talked about the dark winter, we're headed and right into it. Because again, now they just extended the student loan thing. I just got a letter because obviously Heather, took a student loan out for college. That is on hold now until September. My neighbor next door, she works for a company. They collect on student loan debt. Okay. Oh, they're calling the other dog. I was like, what am I hearing? So they're collecting on that. That's her job. She collects on that debt. Well, they can't even do that right now. Now they don't do it until September. So she's getting unemployment But and again, but she told me, she said, and she's getting that extra money that the government has been giving, and she said to me, "I'm sitting on it, Ed. I'm sitting on that money. I'm just trying to be smart." That's the way people should be doing it, because at some point, and she's taking care of all of her bills, with the unemployment and then with that extra money, but she's putting a lot of the extra away, which is a smart thing to do, and a lot of people better start thinking about that. Okay, because there's going to be, at some point, the chickens always come home to roost. At some point, you always have to pay the piper. Those things are going to happen. Nothing is free forever. Okay, so people need to take that into consideration. You better be planning for when that other shoe drops. I'm going to give you a great example, and I'll use myself because I always like to use myself as a great example of different things. My home that I had in Greece, New York, I would let it go into foreclosure. All right, I just stopped paying. Uh, it was just an affordability issue. It was like way too much, and I knew at some point, all right, that I was going to be out of there. So I made the proper preparations and the plans ahead of time, because when that time came, I didn't want to be caught with my pants down and be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening." I knew exactly what was going to happen. At some point, we were going to be booted out of the house. Now, it took a lot longer than I thought. I'll be honest with you, a lot longer than I thought. But it gave me the time that I needed to make the preparations of, number one, where are we going to go? Where are we going to live and how we're going to live there? Again, everybody has to make those choices, and you better live with those choices that you make. You really should, because it's not always easy. We moved down here. I bought this property, and then we started over again. And it's worked out. We've had some rough times. Not gonna lie, nothing worth anything is ever easy. It's hard work and it takes a lot of effort. But I had to let a lot of those things go, because it was killing me. I was working myself to death at that point in my life, and I was never getting ahead. And so, you when you're doing that, it is just psychologically, mentally draining. It's exhausting, knowing that every month you're getting further behind, you're not getting ahead, you're never gonna get ahead. So you better make some choices. You better sit down and look at a situation and say, what do I need to do for me, for my family, to make my life better, to make my life less stressful? I'm going to tell you what, some people are going to judge me always on that. And I put it out there when I did it. So it's not like it's something new to, "Oh my God, he's never talked that he did that before." I absolutely did. I was very clear with everything that I did. And I had a lot of judgment. I had a lot of people saying, "Well, you should have done this, you should have done that." Well, you know what? Great. What, think whatever you want. But I made decisions at the time that were hard decisions, that were not easy, but I did it for my mental well-being, for peace of mind, because I wanted to have a life where I was not a slave anymore. I didn't want to be a slave anymore. And guess what? I'm not. Okay? I got off that hamster wheel. I downsized. I didn't come out here and build a big old mansion. Okay? I started out in a 37-foot camper when we first came out here. So, the ultimate goal is complete in total control, and you're going to have to ask permission for everything that you do. You're going to be tracked. Everything is going to be monitored, and that is the goal. That is the ultimate goal. So you need to make a decision individually. What is acceptable? What is not acceptable? And that's the bottom line. And people better get their head wrapped around that, because that is really important, that you better understand. These people are not our friends. They are not looking out for us. At the end of the day, they're going to stick it in and break it off. Okay? That's the fact. So you better have a game plan. If you are one of those folks right now sitting there not paying your mortgage, you better have a game plan. Hey, Full of Hope. I believe the inauguration was a movie. I believe the transfer to military, like General Flynn. Oh, hold on a second. Like General Flynn said, military are letting people hate Biden, then reveal. It's, it could be. I don't know, to be honest with you. There's a lot going on, obviously, and we'll never know for sure until they reveal what they're doing. I mean, I heard, that today was going to be the day, the next thing that was going to come out and talk about that. Did you catch Absolute Proof by Mike Lindell today? Blew the lid off the election. I did not see it. I heard that he was going to do that. I did hear he was going to do that. But look what's happened to him. He's been vilified, uh, labeled a crazy in the press. You look at the Congresswoman Green, same thing. Now, here's what kills me about that. Let's talk about complete and utter hypocrisy. So Green has been stripped of committee powers because they won't get the Republicans are not going to get rid of her, right? So she's been stripped of committee powers by Congress, right? But that piece of crap up there in Minnesota who married her own brother, let's think about that. Uh, there's been improprieties with everything that she's been doing. She said that 9/11, some people did something. Let's talk about all that, right? She still is all on these different committees, never punished for any of the actions that she's done, and that's okay. That's the double standard. That's the double standard, and it's ridiculous. Okay, but you're gonna have people that are out there telling the truth are going to be looked at as crazy, and they're going to be portrayed as crazy, you know, with everything. Again, I've talked about it before. Um, will they force the vax at some point? I don't think that'll happen. I think that you're going to see they're going to manipulate people to try to get them to take the vaccination. I think they're going to continue to do that, and you know, I think there's enough people out there that are realizing that we're being scammed, and it's a big manipulation. So I think a lot of people are not doing it. Why again? And this is just a simple question. This is just a simple question. Why would you take a vaccine that after you take the vaccine, you still have to wear a mask? You still may catch the virus, right? Why would you even bother? Does that make any sense? You still have to social distance. What is that? The whole, so you can't be around people. Again, isolating people is psychologically damaging. Doing it to our kids, the suicide rate in kids is way, way up. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Let's see. They're saying that you'll have to show proof of the vax to shop and do things. Again, that's more along the lines of a conspiracy theorist type of thing. I don't believe that to be true. A private business can dictate what you can and cannot do, as far as that goes, but they're not, I don't see them getting to that point. Oh, we're going to talk about that too. Yes. Wood's not. There's 10 pounds of C4 missing from a Marine base. They just had an exercise. Now, I want to explain something to you because I've played with C4 before. Hey, Prepper Nerd. Your live streams are always great. Keep up the great work. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that as well. So let's talk about that real quick. We got 10 pounds of C4 missing. And you think, well, that's not too bad. It's not a lot. I played with C4 when I was in the military. Combat engineer. We had to do all that type of stuff, right? We blew stuff up. We would take something the size of your pinky. That's this big. This big of a piece of C4. You put your charge into it, you take it there, you go back into your thing, you get into your, the foxhole, the protected area, and then you hit your, this thing would blow up like you would not believe. This small little piece of C4. Now you're talking about 10 pounds of this highly explosive material is missing. They're doing an investigation, obviously, but that's some scary thing. That's a scary thing if you think about it. I don't know if you guys just saw also at the border, 11 Iranian nationals were just arrested at the border trying to cross into the United States. So if they caught 11, how many more got in? That's a question, right? Yeah, 10 pounds could do some major damage. You are absolutely right, So again, I spoke with my aunt today. I hadn't talked to her in a while, and she has cancer, and her treatments are done. They have her on a cancer med, and she had mentioned today, and she's in her early 70s. She goes, "Yep, I'm going to go get my vaccine," and I'm like, I'm like, Aunt Karen, why would you do that? Well, I'm around a lot of people and I just think it's a smart thing to do. And I'm like, she goes, well, I did the research and stuff like that. So I didn't tell her what to do. I tried to explain some things to her, and I know I was talking. I might as well have been talking to the wall because she already had her mind made up and she was going to do it. And again, you are not going to change people's minds once they're convinced, once they have bought into the propaganda. But if you really truly do all the research, there's really not a lot of people that would get it willingly. Now, I've had some nurses comment because I talked about why would nurses want to get it, right? A lot of nurses are being forced to get it to keep their jobs. So either you get it or you lose your job. That's a manipulation by big business once again, and that is happening. Okay, now when you have voluntarily that you can either get it or not, they're not lining up at the door to get this vaccination. They're just not doing it. So again, do what you want. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm going to share information and you can make your own decisions. When you have something, and this is what I said to my aunt today. I said, Aunt Karen, I said, you do realize, right, that this was not tested on older people, not at all. This vaccine was not. She goes, no, I know that. Why would you get it? Makes no sense. Makes no sense to me. So, again, to each their own. If you're a nurse out there and you've decided you want to get it, get it. Hold on a second. I want to read what that person said. Where is that? The black nurse who was one of the first to get it now has Bell's palsy. I watched a video of her. Yeah, but Bell's palsy was temporary. So that was a temporary thing. East Tennessee preparedness, military on 60-day stand down to root out extremists. What a crock. They don't want unity. They want conformity. Oh, yeah. And that's another part of it as well. If you think about it, that's a great statement. And you're right. They're going through, and if you can be labeled as an extremist, these people will be mustered out of the military. But, it's okay that we got, MS-13 gang members and, those type of folks are in there. That's perfectly fine. It is the new boogeyman. And the new boogeyman. So they're letting people through at the border. Firefly Farm, people are coming through the border every day. Not legally, they're coming through illegally. So, but again, if you're a nurse watching the channel and you decide you want to get it, knock yourself out. That's your own business. But again, I would just encourage everybody to look at the information, what's out there, really make a decision based on that. Okay. And that's what you should do. And if you feel like you want to do it, then do it. National Guard commercials have been having a big uptick lately on TV. Again, the propaganda machine, guys, is always going to be running. That's always going to be running. We have to have a villain. So right now, the villain is anybody that is not going along with the program. So, people have talked about, re-education camps and all this type of stuff. And that talk has been out there, that there, people, we need to re-educate people. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Why? Because I'm not going to fall in line and do exactly as I'm told. Guys, we're at about 1,400 people in the chat. We're at 505 on the thumbs up. So again, I'm going to ask you, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, to please do so, to show support for the channel. And I do appreciate you doing that. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have with the thumbs up or thumbs down or in the comments, it really does help with the channel as well. And so thank you for that reason as well. Also, of course, the third reason is I like to see a good number of thumbs up. So I would ask you to do it for that reason too. Also, again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon and get all notifications as well. So real quick, I want to say YouTube's playing games like they always play. A lot of people are contacting me saying that they've been unsubscribed. They're not getting notifications. So if you're not, getting the notifications or you're not seeing anything, I'm on here every day. I don't miss anything. 1 or 2 videos a day, live streams Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. I mean, I'm consistent as clockwork. Okay. So if you're not, all of a sudden you stop getting notifications, check. You probably got unsubscribed by YouTube. That's what they're doing. It's part of the game that they're playing. So definitely keep an eye on that, because that's one of the things that is, it's a way they slow you down too. They slow your growth down by doing that as well. So, all right, egg count. Let's do the egg count really, really quickly. And so let's keep those thumbs up coming while we're doing the egg count. Let's get that jammed up there. What are your guys' guesses on the egg count today? All right. If you had the same exact guess as DJ with 3 eggs, that's where we were at today. We got 3 eggs today. The weather, as the day went on, it got more overcast, and I've had them locked in the chicken coop. They haven't been out in a while because of the weather, and we got another cold front coming in, so they're probably going to stay right in the chicken coop for a while. So whatever they give me, they give me. I'm just, I'm always grateful. I love the eggs, and it's one of the best meals that you can have, as far as farm fresh eggs are so different from store bought. Much better eggs, in my opinion. So, and I've eaten both, obviously. So, but having the chickens and them producing the eggs, it's a good thing. I got 1 yesterday and 12 Clone just said. Yesterday, I only got 2. I got 2 yesterday. I think the day before that, I had 4. So you just never know. Hey, Seth. Just started tossing out the idea of mandatory testing at ski resorts, employees and guests. It just keeps coming totally and tiptoe. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's I know, like with Heather in college is another good example. Thank you for sharing that information. Like with Heather with college, they have random tests done all the time. I think she just had to have another COVID test done today. I think she had an appointment. They sent her the email and are like, you have to be tested, and they do randomly. They pick people, and so you got to go and get tested, and so that's one of the things that she's got to deal with, and the best part is, I think she has one class on campus. Everything else is virtual. And she told me in that one class on campus, there's 12 people in the class. 12. So, again, you can isolate people. You can restrict their movements. You give them permission of what they can and cannot do. You have steps that you have to follow. If you guys remember, let's think about this, right? Think about Walmart when they had their little Nazis standing at the door, making sure you had your mask on if you were going to come in, right? And then once you got in there, and then there was only one way to come in and one way to get out. They didn't have both doors open. You only had to come in the one way, and you had the person with the counter. Then you had the arrows on the floor of which way you were supposed to go. You were supposed to follow that. And then, the 6 foot apart crap all over the place. And then you got over to speakers as you're shopping. Please be responsible for your fellow shoppers. Make sure you're maintaining social distancing. Make sure you have your mask on. It's all programming. It's all training. It's all manipulation. Okay. And I'm going to tell you what, I would go down the aisles the wrong way on purpose. I did. Because I'm not going to have people dictate to me what I can and cannot do. Oh, and I still, that's funny. Autoimmune prepper said, "LO, I still went the wrong way." Yeah, I did too, because I don't care. And I didn't have a mask on either. So, but Fox News has canceled Lou Dobbs, and that's part of it as well, guys. And that's the biggest part. You shut down, you quiet people that are opposition, anybody that is not going along with the program. That's all part of it as well. There is an agenda, a very, very strong agenda out there, and you got to pay attention to what is going on. You have to, Yeah, I'm such a rebel. No, I'm not a rebel. I am an a-hole. Yeah, that's what I am. So it's like when Walmart was doing that thing where they were like, you had to wear a mask. Well, only way you could get out of not wearing a mask if you told them you had a medical condition. And so when Heather and I had gone to one day and I said, I have a medical condition, and the guy goes, oh, okay, go ahead. Right. So Heather goes, you have a medical condition? And I went, yeah, I'm an a-hole. So, hey, Freddie left you. I have a 90-year-old male friend, Republican. He can't wait to get the vax, won't listen to anything. He begs for it. Yeah, and that is all part of that manipulation, programming. Watching television, they don't call it programming for nothing. You are being programmed. You're being groomed to be a good citizen and do what you say. Thank you for sharing that information. And that's sad that people are like that. They never tested the vaccine on the elderly. They never tested the vaccine on children. Why would you get it? Why would you get it if you're elderly? Why would you allow your children to get it? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, come on. It doesn't make sense. And of course, besides the fact that it was fast tracked, they're not telling you what's in it. The research data from their study is not even going to be released for 2 years. What are they hiding? But in the meantime, the sheep are lining right up there, boy. Give it to me. Craziness. Absolute craziness, in my opinion. If you want to get it again, that is your prerogative. Do what you want to do. I think it's insanity. I think it's insanity. Yeah, pregnant women are being told that it's safe. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And then when, they have kids and their kids are messed up, that's not going to, and of course there's no liability. No liability. So, they can do whatever they want to do. It can cause whatever damage it's going to cause to you. And again, what if, and think about it, and we talked about this before. I'm not saying it is, but let's say, what if one of the side effects on the young people that are getting the vaccine is sterilization? What if that's the case? What if, oh my God, geez, we're so sorry that 75% of you that got the vaccine, now you're sterile. It's not like you can become unsterile. It's not like you can have a procedure and say, yeah, okay, now I can get pregnant, or yeah, now I can father children. No, that'll be it. You'll be done. And that's where your line will end. It'll end with you. Hey, Freddie left you. We can't have New York State Fair, Syracuse National Car Show, no motorcycle super swap, but New York Fairgrounds can be administered a vaccine for the new. Yeah, they can put that in there, and you can go and get your shots on those, but you can't do anything else. You can't do anything that's going to give you any kind of pleasure or entertainment. I'm going to tell you what, and I think I may have mentioned this last year. I rode my motorcycle last year more than I did the 2 previous years. Hey, Eagle. Was a subscriber. Oh, hold on a second. Was a subscriber at 10K. Cool to see your channel explode. Keep up the great work, Ed. By the way, Cowboy Stink, go Eagles. Yeah, he says Eagle Lifer is his name. That's okay. The Eagles stink too. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for saying that. Yeah, it's been an incredible journey to be, pushing 92,000 subscribers. It has been a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to just give you a little teaser real quick. There's something coming up that if this happens, the channel has a real possibility to explode. And you'll be able to say, yeah, I was following, Prepper Nurse 1 when he was under 100,000. Because if this works out the way that it might, the channel might be blowing up. So, hey, Seth. It's going to be spring soon. I bet anything that a lot of people are going to get better prepared this year. I would hope so. I would hope so. I hope that more people are waking up and realizing that they need to get prepared. That's really, really important. So anyway, I want to go back to what I was saying really quickly. Thank you all for the donations as well. So last year I rode my motorcycle more than the last 2 years previous because it was one of the things that I could do in a time when everything was closed. And it brought me pleasure. I love to ride, absolutely love to ride. So that was like one of my escapes. And, and Heather would wake up and she'd be like, Dad, the sun's out, let's go. I'd be like, all right, let's do it, But it's just, I'm going to continue to encourage people to prep. I want you guys to be prepared. I want you to be as ready as you possibly can be. There's way, way too many unknowns, too many uncertainties that are going on. So what is something that you can control individually, that you have complete and total control over? And that is what you can do to prepare. That's what you have control over. That's what you can do. So if you go out there and you get medical supplies, if you get food, if you get water, if you get ways to purify water, you're being proactive, you're helping yourself, and the most important reason that you're going to do that is so that you are not a victim. I have a Heritage Softail, Antonio, not a Sportster. No, I have a Heritage Softail. Absolutely love my Softail. Very, very comfortable ride, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, if you come 10 years from now, come back to this channel 10 years from now and say, hey, Prepper Nurse One, do you still have your 2015 Heritage Softail? And I'm going to say, yep, because it's paid for, it's mine. I don't owe nobody nothing on it. Now, I may have another bike by that point, I'll be honest with you. If I end up building a garage down the road here, I will definitely have another bike as well, I'm sure. Because you can't just have one. Hey, Freddie left you. Friends got second shot, chills, can't move from the couch. Yeah, that's not good. Too many side effects. Way, way too many side effects. Not good. Now, I got a buddy of mine, guys, and I'll tell you this is, and I find this interesting because I'm like this. Like, I bought my bike. I love my bike. I put money into it. I make sure that it's up to date, that it's good, that the tires are good. I do an oil change. I do a tune-up every year. I'm keeping that bike squared away because I want it to last me a long, long time. I got another buddy of mine. He changes bike like some people change their underwear. You know, I had my Santa Fe. I'll give you an example. I had my Santa Fe for 11 years. 11 years I had that Santa Fe. Now I've had my Dodge Journey. It'll be 2 years this year. Okay. In that 11-year period where I had that one vehicle, which was paid for after 5.5 years, and I just kept using the same vehicle, I think he went through 11 or 12 different vehicles in that same period of time. And I'm like, why? Get something. If it works, it gets you. My vehicle that I drive every day, its purpose is point A to point B. That's its purpose. Okay. If I can store stuff in it and if I can haul stuff in it, I can take it on vacation and do that, and it works. That's why I use it. My bike is my toy. My Harley is my toy. That's something like, okay, great example. I never wash my car. You will never see me wash my car. It's going to rain at some point and it'll get washed. Okay. But my bike, I wash my bike on a regular basis. So, you know, but again, that's my toy. So, yep, Fauci is the highest paid federal employee as of right now, $470,000 a year, I believe. The president gets $400,000 a year. So, yep. But yeah, when I bought my Harley, I bought a brand new showroom floor. You know, and you know, paid it. Was doing payments, and then I was in a position where I could pay it off, and I did. So, you know, a nurse at mom's nursing home got a second shot. Miranda got lots of side effects. Wow. Okay, that's from Dina Walters. Just said that. So a nurse at her mom's nursing home got the second one and lots of side effects again. And there's nothing you can do. If you're getting those side effects. If you get those side effects, there's no repercussions. You can't sue anybody. I'm sorry, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Built a Suzuki 250R in my dining room. That's Window Liquor Prepper. I like that name. That's very funny. But that's cool, man. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it is, you find your escape, what gives you pleasure. My neighbor, she's a painter. She painted this picture right here that you guys see behind me. She painted that for me. I told her what I wanted, and you know, and she made it happen. That's her escape. That's how she, you know, she likes to. That's relaxing to her. For me, it's jumping on that bike and going for a ride. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, but did you hear about the car chip shortage? I did not. I had not heard about that. So. 275,000 miles on my Highlander. Yeah, my thing is the only reason I got rid of the Santa Fe was because it was starting to cost me more money because everything was starting to break down. You know, I sold it to actually a neighbor. He had it for a year and then it went to the scrapyard. So, you know, it was just its time. It did what it needed to do. Miles per gallon do you get on the bike? How big is your tank also? I think it's a 3 or 4 gallon tank, maybe 4 gallons, maybe. Uh, and I probably get about 30, 35 miles an hour to the gallon, something like that. It's a big bike. It's heavy, and it's like I said, I love it. If you go back, what I got to do, guys, and I know I got to do this. I got to make some playlist. I got to sit down one of these days when I have nothing else to do. Like there's not ever one of those days, but I need to really sit down, make the time, and make up some playlists for you guys. Playlist on solar, different prepping stuff, and all that type of stuff. Canning. I want to do that. Get some playlists so you guys can, if you're want to look on a certain topic, you can click on it and there's a bunch of videos there for you. So I do need to do that because with over 3,000 videos, I've had people say to me, they went back to the beginning of the journey and started watching from there. And I think that's pretty cool. And once in a while, I'll be honest with you, I go back and, I'll look at older videos, 6 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. And it's pretty wild, actually. What are your thoughts on H.R. 127, a new bill in Congress designed to end our Second Amendment rights permanently? I did see that, and I did talk about that previously. And can you tell us how your channel might explode? Well, when I get to that point, when everything is firmed up and yes, it's going to happen, I will let you all know. But in the meantime, you're going to have to wait. So, but anyway, Seth said, I bought my 30-foot RV on 7-year loan. I paid it off on my home. It's my home now. Okay, very cool. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that at all. Don't Panic says Pfizer makes medications that will cause cancer as a side effect, and they still sell that willingly. Imagine what side effects are in this vaccine. Exactly. And again, a lot of times, thank you both for the donation as well, and thank you for the statements. A lot of times, if you're taking a medication for X, Y, or Z, it has X, Y, and Z side effects, which means, oh yeah, now you need to take this medication to counteract that. I mean, so it's just it's not about the cure. It's about keeping a steady customer. It's about maintaining, and it's not about the cure. I'm going to ask really quickly again. We're at 1264 in the chat, guys. We're at 694 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do that to show support for the channel. And I do appreciate if you would do that. And thank you for that. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, it pushes us up higher in the rankings with YouTube. So I thank you for that reason as well. And of course, the third reason is I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So that's another reason. So thank you for doing it for that reason as well. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So real quick, I want to talk about the website, and then we'll continue on. My website, PrepperNurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse One community on there, which we set up for you guys to connect with like-minded people. It is free to join, but you do have to register, but no credit card information is asked, okay? It's a great resource to read the message boards. If you're trying to find people in your state, if you're trying to form a group or just a network affiliation, definitely take advantage of that for those reasons. Also on the website, we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. You will see their logo, again, PrepperNurse1.com. You'll see the Forefathers. Once you click on that, it will take you to their website. And if you go there and you decide to make a purchase of a CBD or hemp product, you can save yourself 15% by using the discount code PrepperNurse1, and that's the number 1, not ONE. Okay, so definitely take advantage of that as well. CBD products can be used for so many things in a post-event. It's great to have. There's a lot of things. If you're curious, call them, ask them. They'll share information with you, or just do your own research. No, I don't use JDAGA anymore. I'm not associated with them. I am with the other one. No, I'm with Forefathers, which is another CBD and hemp store. So just so you guys know. So anyway, also the Legacy freeze-dried food, the sale is over. So that ended yesterday. John Sarbo, How about now? Will you tell us about what's happening to your channel? No, I'm not. I can't do it, guys. I have to wait. But I will as soon as I get final confirmation, which should be very, very soon. I can share that information with you, and you will. It's a cool thing. It's a very, very cool opportunity, and it can really it has an opportunity to really blow up the channel. So that's it's pretty cool. So, but anyway, on my website, preppernurse1.com, click on store, Legacy Foods, it drops down. You can get the Legacy Foods products there. Again, the sale is over, so it's back to normal price. But long-term food storage, 25-year shelf life, GMO-free, gluten options are available. So if you are interested, it's a good thing to have in your preps, and I definitely encourage people to get it. Largest portion size of any other freeze-dried food companies as well. So, all right, let's do this really quickly. Maybe you shouldn't say blow up. Get big, get huge. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, you're right. I probably shouldn't say that, but it's in a good context. So, oh, who's my pick for the Super Bowl? I think that Kansas City's going to win. Just because they got so many weapons, and Mahomes is such a great quarterback. I like the kid, but at the same time, you can never count Tom Brady out. He's just has that will to win, and Tampa has a really good defense. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting. Honestly, either one of them win, it's cool. But in a way, I'd like to see Tom get that 7th ring, just as another way to say screw you to New England. But it'll be. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Hey, Freddie, I got your Legacy food. No, no New York State tax either. No, because it's not out of New York. It's shipped out of Utah. So yeah, but okay. So we are Legion because we are many. We are all over the world. We're a huge family, a huge network of people. Where is everybody from tonight? Hey, Tam. Thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. Thank you. We have California. Then we have San Francisco Bay, Stark County, Ohio, BC, Canada, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Christmas Valley, Oregon, Western Mass, Eastern North Carolina, Montreal, Canada, Grand Island, Nebraska, Nova Scotia, New Zealand, Adirondacks, Maryland. We have England in the UK, Syracuse. We have Kansas, Eastern North Carolina again, Ontario, Canada once more, Hillsboro, Oregon. Let's see, Reno, Nevada, Connecticut, Cleveland, Ohio, New Zealand, Los Angeles, California, Wisconsin. We had Maine again, Eastern Montana, Louisiana, Texas, Queens, New York. We have Hungary, very cool, Colorado, Northeast Texas, Michigan, Morgan County, Ohio, Cape Cod. We have Wisconsin, Beech Grove, Indiana. We have Puerto Rico, very nice. Florida, Indiana, Wisconsin, Apollo, Pennsylvania, Ohio, South Dakota, West Tennessee, Oregon, Jamaica, very nice. Sioux City, Iowa, Vermont, New Mexico, Sacramento, California, the Midwest. Let's see, Vermont again, Northern Illinois, Edgewater, Florida, Sacramento, California, Illinois, Lansing, Michigan. Hold on one second, guys. We have Tam again there. I have a 1977 F100 with 351 Windsor and 3 on the tree. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you for the donation as well. We have Southwest Missouri, Cape Cod, Frankfort, Kentucky, Illinois. Let's see. Caspel, Montana, Southwest Virginia, Massachusetts, West Virginia, Southwest Virginia, Kansas City, Missouri, home of the Jersey Devil, very nice. Ireland, very nice, full of hope. Iowa. So again, guys, all over the world, all over the country, we're this huge network, we're this huge family of people. Again, if we network and work together, we can make such a difference now, and we can make even more of a difference in a post-event. I think that we've been awoken for a reason. I really do. Hey, Seth, when are you going to do a TikTok dance video? That would be priceless. Yeah, I'm not on TikTok. I am on Instagram as Prepper Nurse One, and I am on Twitter also as Prepper Nurse One. I got to start posting more. I haven't posted in probably a week, but I do have to post more on both of those. So if you want to check me out there as well, please do. Again, under Prepper Nurse One, so I'm on Instagram and Twitter as well. And I just basically, I'm not going to be political on either one of those platforms. I'm just basically going on there, sharing pictures and stuff like that, and talking prepping and those type of things. But I do want to encourage people, because I think this is really important, guys. Be proactive, help yourselves, don't be victims. I really want you to get out there, get that food and water, get those medical supplies, get clothing, wool blankets, you know, socks, hats, gloves, jackets, extra boots, extra shoes. Oh, I'm on Facebook too, Jeff. I have a Prepper Nurse One page on Facebook as well. I'm sorry, I should have said that too. But I really, on that one, I'm not doing a whole lot on that, to be honest with you. I mean, I chat with people on there, but that's pretty much, yeah, I'll still be on Sunday with the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm still going to come on and do that. I'm not going to change that. I think, what's this? I don't even know what time the Super Bowl starts on Sunday, to be honest with you. Was it 6 o'clock or something? I think it's 6. So yeah, I'll still be on Sunday. I've got 5 years worth of wood cut already, and there is nothing wrong with that. 6:25, JJ said. Yeah, I'm still going to do the live stream. That'll probably start at halftime then, right? If I start at 8 o'clock, it'll probably be halftime at that point. But you know, I'm going to always encourage you to continue to get ready. Don't be victims. Be proactive. Help yourselves. Be smart. Be ready as much as you possibly can be. Because again, and I've said this many times, when SHTF happens, you're going to have what you have. Really quickly, a quick shout out for Bizarizza Jizza. JJ, if you could throw that up there for me. His link, he just put his next event from his series that came out. He did that this morning. Go show him some support, guys. Show him some love. He's, he does he has a series that he did before. He has a new series that he's doing now on a post event. Both of them were post events. Very, very good series. Good information. Shares a lot of stuff. Makes you think, which is awesome too. And I think it's important we do that. A lot of great channels out there. Marfugal News out on the West Coast, another good channel. All kinds of good channels out there. I'm not going to go through break them all down now because we're actually running out of time. But you're going to compete for an audience with The Weeknd. Yeah, well, and that's what it is. What it is. JJ just put the link up, guys. Go over there, show him some love, show him some support. Of course, tell him that Prepper Nurse One sent you over. He's got a really nice series that he's doing right now, and it's pretty cool. So definitely check that out, okay? Also, I want to thank my moderators who absolutely do a fantastic job keeping the chat clean. I appreciate you guys. You do a fantastic job, so thank you for doing that. It really does mean a lot to me. Yeah, 6:30 for the Super Bowl. Yeah, so it'll already be halftime by the time we start the stream. Hey, you can have the Super Bowl on in the background and listen to me. See, so that's, you don't have to just have that muted. You can just watch that. That's how that works. That's easy. Anyway, remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. And I think sometimes people do lose sight of that, but we really are. We're one race called the human race. And as soon as we can really focus on that and work together, regardless of race and religion, we can focus on the real problems, which is big business and government. That would be a really nice thing. Also, remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. And lastly, but not least, remember STD, step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. It doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. If you wanted to play piano, it's something you've always wanted to do, make a plan, set a goal, and make it happen. Whatever it can be, do it. The only person, like I said, the only one that's going to stop you is you. Be safe. Continue to prep. Just get ready, guys. Get ready. It's really, really important. All right. Have a great night. I will see you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse One out for now.